Hey Hank, big fan, been watching for a while. This is my first response video. So the question you posed to the nerd fighters out there is there life out there, or rather, do you believe there is life out there, and is it friendly, or is it going to kill us? First, I want to thank you for keeping me up for quite a while. It's not that I haven't pondered this question before, but generally when you ponder this question in large groups, people tend to want to equate you to this guy. Aliens are real! I think this is a question that really should be answered. I personally do believe that there is life out there. I believe that the galaxy is way too big, as Fermi's paradox kind of alludes to, that there has to be life out there. But as we all know, space is huge, extremely beyond our comprehension huge, and it's getting bigger. So the possibility of the nearest life being anywhere within our observation could be slightly slim. But on that note, if we do encounter life, it's hard for me to think that they would want to kill us. Or if they did want to kill us, that we would even know it was coming. Given the way that technology advances and things like Moore's Law, if a culture or civilization was able to develop interstellar travel, then most likely it's not going to be so much of a battle of, as one site put it, laser guns to bullets, as more of nuclear weapons to sponges. They'd probably have things like gravity control and possibly telepathic control and all sorts of other things that we can't even imagine to devastate an entire planet without harming its resources, or at least the resources that they need. The other possibility on the reason as to why we have not seen life is that there is a possibility that interstellar travel, the way to do it, may cause some sort of space harm, sort of like we pollute our planet with gas, or with CO and gas emissions. They could very easily have to destroy a sun in order to get enough energy, enough fuel, so to speak, to go at a speed even near light or possibly faster than light. For that reason, we may have been sort of put in a Yellowstone National Park or some sort of reserve space area that was to not be contaminated. And for that reason, they're very specific. There's maybe guards, if you want to think of it in that sense, that are keeping ships and possibly the kind of signals they use away from us, which is why we're not seeing anything. But the other question that sort of intrigues me at this moment is, as Stephen Hawking said, if time travel is possible, where are all the time travelers? They're hanging out with all the aliens, duh! Now I'm going to try and explain this theory I have as concisely as possible without coming off sounding like an episode of Doctor Who. But to me it seems that if the human race were to develop time travel, one of the first things it would want to do is to go back as far as possible and establish itself as a main power in the universe. The next thing it would want to do is protect its history, that would be us, from any outside influences that may not like us being the main power in the universe. So they may have put us in a shell, a force field time ordnance shell, in order to protect us from outside influences so that we may progress uninhibited and become the race that we are destined to be. Now that's a bit of a crackpot theory, but it does add some interesting things, to me at least, as to why we are not seeing any outside influences, with exceptions of things like the WOW signal and a few other astrological anomalies that we see from time to time. I guess to kind of try and conclude this as best as I'm able, I do believe there is life out there. I do believe that one day we will make contact with it, whether it be tomorrow or maybe not for another 30,000 years. I do believe that if it does come to see us, it will be friendly. And I don't believe that there is a huge government conspiracy trying to hide it all. That's exactly what they want you to think. And I hope that if they are going to come, they come sometime soon, so that we don't inevitably destroy ourselves or go back to a dark age where they wouldn't want to have anything to do with us to begin with. I hope that made sense. And prescription medication is the devil.